please don't. I'm scared. Okay. Oh my god. I'm scared. Oh, what if I get my hand? I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Ow! Okay. So it's in, and I did it in the wrong spot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Okay, I did it. Woo! Okay, I did it. That didn't hurt at all. It didn't hurt not one bit. That's where I did it. That did not hurt at all. I did it. Okay. I did it. Cooler bag. 150 I use each time. That's plenty. Keep all my things neatly in here. My cute little basket. It's got my instructions in there. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So I've only been given until day 4. I'll pop this back in the fridge and we'll do it at 10 p.m. tomorrow. I'm doing my day 2 IVF injections, 150 IUs of Puragon. Do I just dial the dose and then stab it in? Is it
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Ooh. Yeah! Alright, it hurt pulling it out. So they're my needles, and that's the Puragon pen. It's still bleeding. That was my first one, and that's my second one. I think I'm bleeding because when I injected, I pinched my stomach, and then I let go and then pulled the needle out. Day 4 injections. Today is IVF day 5. We just got back from grocery shopping. It is 9:57, so I have to hurry up and get my pen ready so I can inject. This morning I went to get a blood test and an ultrasound. I have follicles that aren't growing yet. We're just upping the dose. Instead of 150 IUs of Puragon, we're going to up it to 200 IUs of Puragon. I booked in for 2 days to get another blood test and ultrasound just to see how things are going, and possibly in another 2 days I'll have another blood test and ultrasound. The last one that I did really bruised. I don't think there's much left in there. I don't think there's anything left in there. I don't particularly want to stab myself twice, so I might get rid of this cartridge. I might just put it in the fridge as a backup. That's it. Day 5 injections finished. So I've just injected 6 days worth of Puragon. I'll eventually have a trigger injection that triggers ovulation. They will collect the eggs and create embryos to then transfer. Today is day 7. This morning I went to get my blood test and my ultrasound, and now it is almost 10 o'clock and I'm ready to inject. The nurse texted me and said that I still have to take the same amount of Puragon, which is my normal injection, but also Orgalutron. I've got to take a new needle, which I've never done before,
but this needle is so much longer than the needle that I'm used to. Like the first needle didn't really hurt that much, so I was happy about that. But as soon as I took this lid off and I looked at how big the needle is, I kind of am freaking out. You just got to jab it in and get it over and done with. So I'm taking the Puragon to create follicles, the Orgulatran to stop ovulation, but next week I think I'm going to have a trigger shot, so it triggers ovulation, and then 2 days later, as far as I know, 2 days later I will have the egg collection at the day surgery. Then 5 days later they'll do an embryo transfer. I think maybe 5 days after that I can do a pregnancy test, or maybe 10 days after that, I don't know. So this goes back in the fridge. Oh, you know what? That really hurt. Right. Ooh, that didn't hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did I let go? That was a pretty big needle and it didn't even hurt. I psyched myself up for no reason at all. Side effects: redness, pain, swelling at the injection site. Could cause headaches, nausea, tiredness, shortness of breath, wheezing, difficulty breathing, rash, itching, hives, or flushed red skin. I'm just looking at my stomach now. It's been about 18 minutes since I injected the Orgulatran, however you pronounce it. It said that the site would be red and itchy and stinging. Yes, all of the above. It's like a big mosquito bite. There's like a welt. It's red and I want to scratch it. It's itchy. I got an email from the IVF nurses. Hi Rosemary, your follicles are growing but a little slower than expected, hence why we increased your dose. You have 4 at size 10 millimeters and 2 follicles at size 12 millimeters. The rest are less than 10 millimeters. We need then to get at least 16 to 18 millimeters before we go ahead with egg collection. I guess I've got 6 in total, but I'm hoping I have more than 6 follicles. But we'll see how I go. It's 5:41 a.m. and I'm just at the train station to catch a train into my blood test and ultrasound.
The next train to arrive on platform 1 goes to...
I went in for my scan. It was a quick in and out. I have 1 follicle ready and 11 follicles that aren't ready yet. So not all follicles contain eggs. They possibly could retrieve it, or they're gonna do the egg retrieval, or they're gonna wait until like my next scan, see how many follicles are ready then, and then do the my trigger injection and then the operation to get my eggs collected. 1 is definitely not enough. The first scan I only had 6. The second scan I've got 12. The third scan might double again. So fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus. Oh, you can see it coming out. Oh my God, Mark, I can see the liquid oozing out, droplets of it. I've lost count of, I used to do it in a line because I kind of got that far. I kind of had to go back and then I went that way. I'm just all over the place now, it's terrible.
At 2 p.m. they sent me a text message saying, "Hi Rosemary, your doctor has reviewed your results. Please continue your Puragon 200 and your Agulatran 250. Your next blood test will be on Monday the 19th of November, which is in a couple of days, so in 3 days. I'll have my next blood test and scan. If you've got any concerns, please contact the IVF clinic." She's going to inject me with my IVF medication. So this is going to make my grandchild. Puragon 200.
200. Not being a good nurse so far.
Beautiful.
I'm famous for doing that. Oh.
Okay.
Black marks, you've got to really wipe the whole area. Oh, sorry, darling. Just remember this is for grandchild.
Slowly, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
pull it out. Pull it out. Oh!
Oh, I can't believe I did that. All for a good cause.
Oh, you don't need to put the rubbish in there. So
Oh,
rubbish in
okay,
there.
sorry.
So Puragon injection 1 done.
Oh my
We're
God,
going
there's
to do
another one.
Orgaliotrans. So this is the bigger needle.
Oh my God, bigger than
It's
that.
bigger than the last one we just did.
All in the good cause, all in the good cause, all in the good cause.
Oh, do it quickly. You just got to jab it in. Wait, don't do it that quick.
I'm scared, I just want to do it.
Wait, one. Don't pull it out. Don't pull
Oh
it
my
out.
God.
Go.
Oh,
Ah!
I'm so sorry.
Look at the little droplet of
Oh
water.
my God. Maybe this is the one that makes that works and is going to be the grandchild. So there you go. That's
This
whole
is the
thing going
grandchild.
there. Yay. High five. I'm sorry I caused you all that pain.
Today is day 11. I'm going to use a new cartridge because the last one is very empty. So I'm going to load my new cartridge. I'll use a Puragon. Puragon is done. That one stung a little bit and I think it was too cold. Yeah, these never sting. Oh yeah, a little bit burny. Now for my Orgaliotrans. Now there's no little bubbles. I'm pushing the air out. And we're done. I find I always bruise not on the first day but on the second day. I am so bloated and a bit crampy. Just been feeling really tired for the past maybe 3 days. Tomorrow is day 12. I have my 4th blood test and scan. I had on my 3rd scan I had 1 follicle and 11 that were not ready yet, so I'm hoping that those 11 follicles are ready now. So fingers crossed they tell me I have 12 follicles. Praying for lots of eggs and lots of embryos. Tomorrow after my 9 a.m. scan they might send me a text message about 2 or 3 p.m. letting me know what medication to take that afternoon and possibly when to do my trigger injection and my egg collection at the day surgery. That is it, injection's done. Where I injected the Orgaliotrans, it's a little bit a bit welted, a little bit red, bit like a big mosquito bite. Goes down after a little while. I just got home from my blood test and my ultrasound. I have 16 follicles, 9 are at full size and ready. So even though there's 9 follicles, there might not be 9 eggs. I'm very hopeful. Hello.
Hello, Rosemary. This is calling from Primary. How are you, my dear?
Hi, good, Vanessa.
How are you feeling? How's your tummy?
Felt a little bit of bloating
Yeah.
maybe 2 days ago and a little bit of cramping. Yeah.
Your levels are actually really good today considering how many follicles you've got. So just keep doing what you're doing. Drink heaps of water.
So how many follicles do I have now and ready follicles?
Well, all up, you've got about 25. Probably about 12 eggs,
So
which is a really good number.
the likelihood of doing an embryo transfer?
If we have a lot of embryos and you're feeling a bit unwell and your hormones are really high, freeze everything and wait till all your hormones are settled. But you don't seem to look like you're in that category at the moment, so that's good news.
Okay.
If you were to experience any severe symptoms over the next few days, you need to let us know so we can sort of think about that. We don't know about embryos development until we look for them for fertilisation, signs of fertilisation the day after your egg collection, but then after that we leave them in their incubators to do what they need to do, and we don't check again till day 5 till the transfer is going to happen.
Okay.
Claimable, definitely on Medicare, but depending on your health cover, what you can claim back. When you're at the day surgery on Wednesday, you'll get some another medication called Crinone.
So Monday I take my Puragon and the Ogulotran and the Obidril. So it's 7 p.m. and then 9 p.m. for the trigger. Wow, okay. All up I have 25 follicles, 12 eggs. Wow. So Mark is going to do my IVF injection today. My last day of these injections. Mark does not like needles. No, don't do it silly. You look straight. Hang on. You got to just stab it in, and then you got to push it down all the way slowly, not fast. And then you got to hold it for 5 seconds. Okay. Go. 1, 2, 3. Stop! I said slowly. 1, 2, 3. Ow! You're supposed to pull it out fast. He hates needles, so this is overcoming a big fear of his. You okay?
Yeah. I felt it coming out. It was disgusting.
Do you want to do my next one?
No way.
It seriously doesn't even hurt. You do not need numbing cream. That is my 7 p.m. injections done. Puragon and Orgoliotran, 200 IUs and 250 IUs. Now we have to wait till 10 p.m. to take my trigger injection. Trigger injection done. So Mark had to produce a sample. So I went in and I was really cold. I got gowned up. I had trouble to get veins. He gave me 2 heat packs so he could find a vein. Injected my hand with the medication and then I closed my eyes. Actually, I don't even remember the point where I closed my eyes, but yeah. Then I woke up. Successful egg collection, 16 eggs. Yay!
I'll tell you your result. So they collected a fair few eggs yesterday. So 15, okay?
Yep. Oh, okay,
Then
15 eggs.
Of the 15, 12 of those were suitable to be put with the sperm, okay?
Okay, yep.
Then of those 12, 6 have shown normal signs of fertilisation. Plan to do your transfer on Monday. It will just depend on the results from your blood test because you are an HSS risk just because we've collected so many of those eggs, alright?
Okay, yeah.
So it's just a precaution. Now the only other thing you need to do is the Crinone.
Yes. When does that
You picked
start?
that medication up from the day surgery.
Yeah, we've got that.
So we're going to get you to start that tomorrow. Okay, so it's twice a day. And keep taking that, don't stop until we tell you. The transfer is more like a passive, so it's not nearly as invasive as the collection.
I feel
feel a little bit bloated, a bit tender in the stomach when I walk. The first day when I sat and got up, it was kind of hard to. I didn't take any Panadol or paracetamol just because I wanted to feel the pain. I know it sounds weird, but I do this every time. I prefer to feel the pain and know if it's a really, really bad pain or if I'm okay and it's bearable. Because they collected so many eggs, I'm at risk of OHSS, which is ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. This happens when you do injections to stimulate lots of eggs. The ovaries can become really swollen and sore. They told me to drink lots and lots of water, so I have been, just to kind of flush out my system. They collected 16 eggs. 12 of them were suitable to be put with sperm. 6 embryos have shown signs of normal fertilization. So far they're going to keep an eye on the 6 embryos that we have. I have to start my crenone, so 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. On Saturday morning I have to go for a blood test. I think it's to show maybe the OHSS. If all is clear, then we go ahead with the embryo transfer on Monday. It is the 26th of December, Boxing Day today. So day 1, 2, 3 and 4 days past my transfer. There was no positive pregnancy test. 4 days past my 5-day transfer, I saw a very faint line. So it was my first ever positive pregnancy test. 6 days passed, slightly darker again. 7 days passed and 8 days passed. It was at its strongest. I took a test on 9 days past my 5-day transfer, and I realized that it kind of like, I was expecting bang, that dark line, but there was no dark line. So that kind of raised some alarm bells. I go, nah. Day 10, it started to drop off, so you had to squint to see it again. Like, you needed glasses to see it. I don't know, I just thought, yeah, we've lost it. On day 11, I went to get my blood test. I was devastated. I was really upset. We had told the IVF clinic to contact Mark, so I rang him from work. He's like, it was negative. We were both really upset. But I guess at the end of the day, it's our first round. I don't know how people do like 10 rounds and still have sanity. You know, we said within 3 rounds, hopefully. I went in initially thinking, 10 rounds, like just, I was really negative because it's already taken us like 3 years. But I guess once I started my injections, I got really excited. I was just full of hope. I actually really, really enjoyed taking my needles. I found it really fun. Like, I couldn't wait to get home to stab myself, as weird as that sounds. I'm like, yay, needle time. We had the egg collection. My body just could not handle it. It just felt like I bloated for about 2 weeks. I felt really sore and I had no stomach muscles. Like, I couldn't pull myself up from the lounge, or if I was lying on my back and I turned to my side, I had to do it really slowly because I was in pain. It was excruciating. The pain, yeah, it was unbearable at times. Like, I was screaming in pain. It was like my stomach was filled with liquid, and I was about 6 months pregnant. Her number one reason could have been the trigger, which I don't believe it was a trigger. Or it was a chemical pregnancy where the embryo would have stuck onto the uterine lining and then it would have just let go. Maybe there was chromosomal abnormalities, but I guess you won't know.
it could have just been not a viable embryo to begin with. While it was going from faint to dark, I was over the moon. I was convinced. I was like, yep, first round, we did it, awesome, like this is real. I was so happy. When I don't think about it, it's fine. When I think about it, I'm sad for myself. I'm sad for us. I'm sad that it didn't work out, but I guess at the end of the day, we've still got, we had 4 embryos, 1 was implanted and failed. We've still got 3 frozen embryos. So hopefully our baby is one of those embryos. Christmas was hard. We will be starting our next cycle, January. So no injections. We've already created embryos, so we don't need to do the whole needle thing again. I guess it's the closest thing that I've ever had to being pregnant, so it was quite a special thing. You are not guaranteed a baby at the end of IVF. Fingers crossed. I will keep you updated for my 2019 January round 2 IVF.